we'll go on to do the third kind of adverb. And the third kind of adverb is adverb of manner. Adverbs of manner. Adverbs of manner. Adverbs of manner, they show how an action is done. Adverbs of manner show how an action is done. An action is done. Okay, adverbs of manner show how an action is done, and therefore to the sentences you should ask the question, give you some examples for it. So you should ask the question, how is it done? Then you will get the adverb of manner. Okay, now I'll give you some examples. Remember to ask the question, how was the action done? For example, the baby slept soundly. The baby slept soundly. Then the soldier fought bravely. The soldier fought bravely. Next, we have the tortoise. A tortoise walks slowly. A tortoise walks slowly. She sings well. She sings well. Okay? She writes neatly. She writes neatly. They work hard. They work hard. They work hard. Peter acted wisely. Peter acted wisely. She ran fast. She ran fast. He spent his wealth foolishly. He works badly. Now let's look at all the sentences we have here. Remember to ask the question how to each of the adverb that you detect in the sentence. You must ask the question how. How was an action done? The baby slept. How did the baby sleep? Soundly. How? Soundly. The soldier fought. How? How did he fight? He fought. They fought bravely. Next sentence we have a tortoise walks slowly. A tortoise walks. How? How does it walk? It walks slowly. She sings. How does she sing? She sings well. She writes. How does she write? She writes neatly. They work. How do they work? They work hard. Peter acted. How did he act? He acted wisely. She ran. How did she run? She ran fast. He spent his wealth. How did he spend his wealth? He spent his wealth foolishly. He works. How does he work? He works badly. So, when you ask the question how, you know that's an adverb of manner. In what manner? How did the baby sleep? Soundly. So, it tells how an action is done. Baby sleeps soundly, soldiers fought bravely, tortoise walks slowly, she sings well, she writes neatly, they work hard. Peter acted wisely. She ran fast. He spent his wealth foolishly and he works badly. So the words soundly, bravely, slowly, neatly, fast, hard, badly, and finally you have foolishly. Foolish. All these words indicate, they all answer the question, how? How was the action done? How was it done? So, you know it's an adverb of manner. But we have also other words like surely, probably. Surely, I'll come tomorrow. Probably, the train is arriving. Probably, certainly, I will come tomorrow. Certainly. Extremely, clearly, nearby. All these, we have more words. Lots of words are there in adverbs of manner and they must always answer the question how, and then you know it's an adverb of manner. So in these 10 sentences we have the baby slept soundly, the soldier fought bravely, the tortoise walked slowly, she sings well, she writes neatly, they work hard. Peter acted wisely. She ran fast and he spent his wealth foolishly and he works badly. Now we have learned to identify adverbs of manner. We will now do the fourth kind of adverb, that is the adverbs of number or frequency. Adverbs of number or frequency. That's the fourth kind. Adverbs of number, or you also can say frequently. How frequent? So frequency. Adverbs of number or frequency. Okay, that's what we are going to do. Adverbs of number or frequency, and that's the fourth type of adverb, fourth kind of adverb. So adverbs of number or frequency show how often an action is done. So adverbs of number or frequency show how often an action is done. An action is done. Is done. How often the action is done. Adverbs of number or frequency show how often an action is done. And in this adverb of frequency or number, the question that you will ask is how often? The question is how often. I'll give you some examples to understand adverbs of number or frequency. I told you the question you must ask here is how often? How often? How often this has happened? How often? How often? You ask the question, how often? And then you get the answer, and then you know it's an adverb of number or adverb of frequency. Okay, examples I give you are, first one, he visits the doctor frequently. He visits. He visits the doctor. He visits the doctor frequently. Visits the doctor frequently. Another sentence I have here is, he came often to his house, to this house. He came often to his house, to his house. I visited him once. I visited him once. We see them occasionally. We see them. We see them occasionally. I want her many times. I want her many times. I want her many times. He has refused the person twice. He has refused the person twice. The man is always late. That man is always always late. She seldom comes here. She seldom comes here. Comes here. She will come again tomorrow. She will come again. She will come again tomorrow. He walks in sometimes. He walks in sometimes. He walks in sometimes. So we have 10 sentences put up. Let's look at them all. An adverb is a word which modifies or adds meaning to a verb, adjective, or another adverb. We are doing the fourth kind of adverb, that's adverbs of manner or frequency. Yeah? And we should ask the question, how often? And then you get the adverbs of manner. Now, what is an adverb of manner? Adverbs of manner or frequency show how often an action is done. The first sentence we have, he visits the doctor. He visits the doctor. Doctor, how often? Frequently. He visits the doctor frequently. He came often to his house. He came to his house. How often? Often to his house. Many times. I visited him. How often? Once. Just once I visited him. We see them. How often you see them? We see them occasionally. I want her. I want her. How often you want her? I want her many times. He has refused the person. How often? Twice. That man is late. How often? Always late. She comes here. How often? Seldom. She seldom comes here. She will come tomorrow. How often? He'll come again tomorrow. Again. He walks in. When? How often? Sometimes he'll walk in. Not all the time. Now, words like frequently. Frequently, often, once, occasionally, many, twice, always, seldom, again, sometimes. All these words answers the question, how often? How often? So we know it's an adverb of number. He visits the doctor frequently. How often? Frequently. He came to his house. How often? Often he comes, very often. I visited him. How often? Once. We see them. How often? Occasionally. I want her times. How often? Many times I want her. He has refused the person. How often? Twice. That man is late. How often is late? Always late. She comes here. How often? Seldom. She will come tomorrow. How often? Again and again and again she'll come. He walks in. How often? Sometime. So the words I have underlined: frequently, often, once, occasionally, many, twice, always, seldom, again, sometime. All these words indicate that they are adverbs of number. Now we have also other words like we have done here: once, often, again, sometime, frequently. All these words answers the question how often. So we are able to identify adverbs of number, asking the question after identifying the adverb.